The Carousel theatres on board the MSC ships are amazing. They're one of the highest specs of theatres that I've ever worked in, and I feel so lucky for that. We've got lighting, fog machines, 360 revolves, Pandora lifts, 6 rigging points, traverses. There is so much more that I'm not mentioning, but it is the highest spec of theatre. We're so lucky, and that's shown by how many people we have coming to watch our shows. To be able to offer this at sea is very, very impressive.
We have a multi-million-dollar stage, so there's many toys that this theatre has, and it's been built magnificently, and it makes my job easier because it's designed really well, and MSC have done a great job. I think all of their ships should have one.
On board currently we've got 2 shows. We've got Suite and we've got Strings. What's different to being on board with our shows is that we've got such a variety of talent. It's so exciting. The shows never get old and I watch them every single day. We've got circus acts from jugglers to aerialists, Broadway West End style vocals and the most amazing dancers as well. So you put those all together, you can imagine the shows.
To perform a 3 to 5 minute act is actually a years of work. Competition is huge all around the world, so I have to always be on top of the game. And to be on top of the game, you have to keep on training and training and training until I have to go on stage. Like literally, I keep on warming up until the last 10 seconds before entering. You know, when you just put the costume on, it really like shapes you, brings you feeling, emotions, and when you can share that with the audience, oh my God, that's the best. It's the best feeling ever.
I'm playing the role of Sticky Toffee, who is like a very goofy character, interested with everything and discovering like the candy world. Want to have a taste of like all those like different kind of candies. It's about like having fun, traveling, meeting people, finding different way of interacting, and then having the crowd with me. It's like seeing the sparks in their eyes, the emotion they get and how mesmerized they are. The more like they're responding with me, the more crazy I get.
Actually, there's sometimes more of a show going on backstage than there is out the front.
Music and Carousel, go.
Once the go is done, we close the curtain and then it starts a lot of adrenaline. When I receive the cue, I have to run in, clip the acro, and then run out. Most of the time in the dark, and I must be extremely precise because we can't make error. If something that I do it goes wrong, someone gets injured, and this is never gonna happen. Not with me.
When the artists are performing on the stage, they have to be aware that there's electronics happening, there's things moving. So this is another thing for the artists to understand and the technicians to understand that it's crucial. Timing is of the essence. When we're running strings, for example, we have so many cues going on in such a short space of time. Like in 1 minute, maybe I will call 50 cues. And that is flying into the stage, dropping off the artist, flying out the winches, the artists getting off safely, the technicians running onto the stage, we do the exchange. There is no room for error.
I'm always looking to improve the shows. As we have more technological developments, we're gifted with this most beautiful theatre. It's so important for us to make sure that we are pushing the boundaries when it comes to providing entertainment at sea and giving the guests the best possible experience. So I'm forever giving notes, corrections, I spend a lot of time on my laptop doing emails, shoreside meetings to try and make the shows even better than they already are.
The acrobats, they fly, they do physical rehearsals. Us singers, we do a lot of vocal rehearsals. We run the show from top to bottom vocally to make sure that we're prepared. We do a lot of warm-ups, scales, cool-downs, everything we possibly can to make sure that we are in peak condition to perform these shows.
The amount of hard work that the cast have to put in to deliver these sort of shows is incredible. They have to train every day, at least up to 4 or 5 hours, and then they will go out and do 2 shows on top of that, which they're 45-minute shows. But that will also mean that they've had to warm up for an hour prior to that as well. With then probably a half an hour cool down at the end of the 2 shows. It's quite easy, to be honest, because you've hired 14 people to do what they love. So I'm very lucky that that's an easiest part of the job.
When you're on stage, nothing else matters. It's your paradise. It's like no other feeling, to be honest. It is happiness, joy, love, exhilaration, everything you could possibly feel. It feels like that's the one spot you're supposed to be in. So it's very easy to keep that energy up, knowing that every night we get to step out on that stage and perform and do what we love.
So we have something like a ritual before the show, before we go out, and it's something very silly, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you go quicker, 4s, 4s, then 2s, 2s, and then they shake out all the energy, and then they put their hands in and go out.
If you took this to the West End or you took it to Broadway, if you were to take this theatre off the stage and put it into any of those destinations, you would have a show. It would be an amazing show. And yet we are at sea.
I go backstage after every show and you can just tell if it was a good show because everyone is buzzing. It is the best feeling ever.